Hi, it's Paris from EpicReviewGuys, and yes, I love my Sonicare toothbrushes. I have reviewed these before, but this is a new model. It's the Plaque Control Series 2. With this, they have fixed a long-standing issue that I've had with Sonicare toothbrushes. Plus, this one is supposed to clean off far more plaque. I had to get one to try out.
EpicReviewGuys.
If you haven't heard my tale of woe before, I used to have to go to the dentist all the time, had a lot of issues. My father got me my first Sonicare toothbrush when I was around 25, and I've had so little dental work done since then. I really believe this has made the difference in keeping my teeth clean and keeping them healthy. Now, the last generation of Sonicare toothbrush we've used in the house is the Essence, which is now a couple years old. And we generally get the lower end model of the Sonicare because you can spend a couple $100s on them easily with all kinds of extra features. But what I really want is just to have it do a good job cleaning my teeth. And for that, you can spend around $40. This one, I think, has the MSRP of around $60 or $70, but I found it for $40 over at our local HEB supermarket. And if you can't find it locally, I'll put a link to it down below this video. So now I see the new mechanism that's going to fix that problem I've been having. Here's the handle. This is where most of the technology resides that makes the Sonicare work so well. And I'll try to get it to focus here. So here you can see the attachment point. It's this little metal piece that the brush actually slides and snaps onto. Before, there was a big cap-shaped piece that you screwed onto here. My problem, and I think a lot of people's problem, is that the water would get underneath of that and go into this area of the toothbrush and sit there for months and months and grow mildew and other stuff, and saliva and toothpaste got in there, and it got so nasty that sometimes you just throw the toothbrush away rather than trying to clean all that stuff out. And it had a very unpleasant smell. Still, I kept using them because it did such a good job on my teeth, but this little thing is not supposed to let the water get in there and grow that kind of stuff. And here is the brush. It's much smaller than the other brushes. And let's see if I can just snap it right on. Snap it right on. There we go. Okay. There's not a whole lot to the brush. You've got the button to turn it on and off here, and there's a charging light because this does have a rechargeable battery. This is the base with the cord that you plug in. This does the charging. There's a little plastic peg here, and there's a hole in the bottom of the toothbrush. It fits right on there, and it uses induction charging, so there are no exposed metal contacts. And then there's the instructions and the advertising. Now, my Sonicare Essence toothbrush holds a charge for about a week. By the end of a week, I can feel it's not brushing as strongly. This one is supposed to hold 2 weeks worth of charge. And again, as I mentioned, with the hole here and the peg, it just fits like that in order to do the charging. I'm going to plug it in and get it charging. It should have some charge, and you don't have to charge it completely before using it for the first time. Green flashing light here on the bottom of the toothbrush means it is charging, and you can spin this any way you like. This brush has had about a half hour to charge now, and it's still flashing. It'll take hours to completely charge it up, but we don't need to completely charge it. Now, I did bring over a couple Sonicare Essence toothbrushes. I have this one that it's so nasty inside, and I tried to clean it that I ended up just throwing that whole top part away. This one's still in pretty good shape. Not too bad brush-wise, but let me show you inside, and you'll see how that works. A perfect place to catch water and drool and turn it into something yucky and sort of see. Now, I've worked and worked to clean this out, and it's still not good inside. This one, it's because of the pink, you don't see it as much, but all around the outside edges, the threads, yeah. But the brush head itself isn't that bad because this is a relatively new one, just about 2 weeks old. Now, the new Sonicare brushes, they go through a sort of a break-in cycle, not to break themselves in, to break you into being used to using them, because if you've never used one before, it's a little invigorating when you first brush with them. So the first time you use it, it's a lower power, and over the course of 2 weeks, or rather 14 different turning it on and off times, it builds up in strength. So this is the very first time I'm going to turn this on. Feels plenty strong at the outset. This one's fully charged. It's a different tone. It has something to do with the way the brush head sits on the body. That's what's creating that extra vibration. Well, the instructions actually came in handy. It was pretty easy to turn that feature off. You just have to hold the button in while it's on the charger. So now let's try this at full power. Still feel more vibration from this older brush, so there must be some other reason for this to remove more plaque than this one, something other than the intensity of the vibration. Time for the glass of water test. Let's see how much agitation there is. We're going to start out with the older Sonicare Essence toothbrush. Got it started. Put it in the water. As you can see, when it's right at the air-water mixture point, that's where you get all the action. Now for the new plaque control Sonicare. See if all that noise turns into some energy here. Whoa! Yeah, it's a different spray pattern. Whoa, it's spraying way up out of the cup when I do this. It's a lot different than the other brush. It's somehow different in how it vibrates, even though it's not vibrating as strongly. That's interesting. So it's interesting that it changed something in the design that changes the way in which this agitates and vibrates the water. The vibration speed is supposed to be the same on both brushes. I can say that my desk is covered with drops of water now after doing this one. I'm going to try it just a little on my teeth without any toothpaste, just see how it feels. Put it in your mouth first. It doesn't agitate in the way I'm used to as much as this brush. So that's interesting that it's such a change in the experience. This feels like it's not going to do as good a job as the old Sonicare brush. So something in this one is perhaps more efficient, even though it doesn't feel like it's scrubbing as hard as this one. So their clinical studies showed that this removes 6 times the plaque of manual brushing and this 2 times the plaque. So this should be removing a lot more plaque. The only person I know that can tell me the answer to that is my dental hygienist. So I'm going to start using this one today and see in my next appointment, so about 3-4 months I think, I will see how much scraping is involved and ask their opinion about how my teeth look after using this toothbrush compared to a couple years of using this one. So keep checking back for that update video in a few months' time, or if you want to find out more about the Sonicare Plaque Control Series 2, I'll have a link to it down below this video. Hope to see you on the next review.
Shopping is easy.